Of course, there's lots of information on the internet right now about Federal Reserve and fractional banking, that it's a bad thing and that's causing inflation. And I was wondering about that and thinking about it, and it occurred to me that it really doesn't have to work in the way it works right now. It's kind of a top-down system where money is distributed into the economy, and the motivation to do that, according to Bernanke, is to ensure price stability. And the way that works, I guess, is that, for instance, if you have $1 in the economy and you have 1 kilo of sugar being produced, then that kilo of sugar will cost $1. And if you have progress, technological advance, and more production, then you get 50 kilos of sugar in the available in the market, but you only have $1. Then the value of the dollar goes up significantly. It now becomes worth 50 kilos of sugar, and the kilos of sugar will be traded for 2 cents instead of $1. And that's confusing, I guess, to the consumer, according to Bernanke, and that's why he wants to then introduce more dollars into the economy, 50 for instance, so everybody can still buy the same kilo of sugar for the same dollar. And of course this all has to follow the productivity of the economy, of the farmers and of the services and the goods that are being produced. So there's always exactly enough money to have a kind of a liquid market of all goods and services. And the way that's organized now is that there's a central bank that has a central bank rate that allows individual banks to borrow money from the central bank, and the individual banks then borrow money out to the citizen, which then enters the economy. For instance, if a house is sold, then somebody borrows money to buy the house, and the borrowed money ends up with the seller, and the seller can either buy another house, or if he has made a profit, he can spend it in the economy. Or somebody has a credit card, he wants to buy something, he goes to the bank, and the bank says, okay, I'll borrow you $50 or $50,000, I guess, rather. And that money enters the economy, and that's the way deflation is combated, by allowing credit in the market. But of course that's a rather unfair system, because everybody that is borrowing that money or loaning it has to pay interest. And there's a video also on YouTube that, and it's also very logically understandable, that if there's no money at all and somebody borrows you $100 with 5% interest, so you have to pay him $105 eventually, or immediately in 1 year, if you pay it all back, then where does that $5 come from? Because that was not in the amount that was borrowed out into the economy. And that's where this fractional banking and interest rates and central banking system just doesn't work at all, because it constantly requires more money to be borrowed out in the economy, because it always sucks up more money from the economy than it lets enter into it. And if people default to the money to the bank, then they have to give their house, becomes owned by the bank. And that's very unfair, because initially the bank didn't have any money. It was only able to allow that money into the economy because somebody had a house as a collateral to put up, and then the bank could create that money. There's also a court case by a man that said, the bank didn't have the money at the time that I signed the contract for my mortgage, so it's not an equitable exchange, which it has to be. So it's not valid, and the judge ruled in his favor. He said, yes, the bank didn't have the money until you came around with the house and allowed it to be mortgaged. Anyway, the next video I'll talk about my idea about how you could perfectly organize it in a way that doesn't have this power structure. It doesn't install this power structure with the banks that we are currently suffering from.